Hey, what's up guys? This is Drew from Northwest Arcades. I just wanted to show you guys a new build I've been working on. It's almost finished. It's a 2 terabyte arcade only drive. Basically, this has only arcade games, no consoles. The only console games that exist are in the gun collection. So I wanted to put the full 600 plus game gun collection in here, so there's going to be some console and PC games in that section, but otherwise this is strictly arcade. This is built for all those arcade lovers out there with a cabinet. This can basically, you can hook it up to your PC and in your cabinet and be ready to go. This interface is very clean and organized. It has the old school hyperspin style. And as you can see, it has some platforms, but also some playlists, like Atari Classics, Capcom Classics. So these are basically lists of games off of MAME, but they're categorized, kind of split up into the manufacturer, into popular arcade manufacturers. So that way, it makes it a little bit more fun when you're browsing, looking for games. I did throw some pinball in here just because most arcade cabinets do have pinball buttons. And then there's a collections section. I'm just going to this real quick before I go into the gun section. But here you'll see just popular collections and genres like puzzle games versus fighter games, motorcycle racing. So if you go into racing, you'll see a lot of MAME racing games and also Techno Parrot and maybe some Title Type X. Like this is a Techno Parrot, more modern day racer. And you'll find some really old ones as well. So MAME, Techno Parrot, and Title Type X is basically what you'll find in the racing section. Maybe some Naomi and Sega. Model 2, Model 3, or no, Model 2. So yeah, we're still in the collections. If I go to sports, this is kind of a sub menu. It'll just have all the different types of sports. Here you'll find all your arcade sports games like WrestleMania or Neo Geo Baseball Stars. That comes to my mind, Super Baseball. If you go like into basketball, you got NBA Jams, Arch Rival. Yeah, so on. Like I said, no consoles, all strictly arcade. And I probably will do an arcade version, just a 4 terabyte. So I have a 8 terabyte and I have a 14 terabyte. But that has, all the consoles. But so with this complete arcade build, the 2 terabytes is almost maxed out. The gun section takes up about 1 terabyte, and the other stuff, Techno Parrot, Title Type X, takes up quite a bit. But yeah, as you can see, there's different play types like 4-player games, trackball games, spinner, and so on. Yeah, in the collections, you'll see mostly arcade-related characters or series. Like you won't see Mario Kart collection, for example, because there's no Mario Kart in arcades. There's a couple under Techno Parrot, but not enough to make a collection. Like Street Fighter, for example, is very popular. 25 of those, and I probably have some stuff missing here and there that I'll add in later. So we'll go ahead and take a look at MAME. This is what makes a good portion of this system. It's the old classic, old school arcade games that most arcade enthusiasts, they prefer, like Pac-Man, Centipede, Ninja Turtles, all of those. So there's about 2,600 MAME games. Now some builds, they claim they have 14,000, but I'm not counting clones and all that stuff, or system files. And this build is around 3,000 games. It's all killer, no filler, just handpicked, no BS. I just wanted a minimal build that is not confusing. You can just plug it in and play. Now, if you do get the drive, you might need to set up some basic run times. If your PC has not have it installed, it can run on Windows 10 or 11. And this is Launchbox. We're in big box mode, which is subscription is needed. But yeah, all your classics are in here. So you got, this covers all the classics all the way up to the newer arcade rips from like Techno Parrot and Teletype X. Yeah, so you're covered. I mean, this covers everything. You name it, it's probably on here as far as arcade is concerned. Like I said, and then most of the stuff you go in and you can add your favorite, or just play, or you can rate it with a star. Go in here, go back out. So we got the gun section. This has about 602 games. This is basically the same exact build that I do with the dedicated Lightroom drive. These are set up for send-in, but I will have an option to do non-send-in, which basically is Gunfire, Retro Shooter, and all the others. Basically, send-in is just is the only big difference is the borders. There's white borders that have to turn on when you start the game. But I'm gonna do a non-send-in version, so that way if you have Gunfire IR or Retro Shooter, it'll work just fine, or even Aim Track. But Aim Tracks, you know, are pretty old and pretty dated. But yeah, so as you can see, all the consoles are still in here. This is the only section you'll find console games, and these are just strictly gun games. So your Techno Parrot section. Now I'm on a this build is plugged directly into a SSD dock. So I'm kind of running it like my dock right now, but this will run fine on a Ryzen 5 mini PC that I use for my portable gun box, or I believe I'll have a in the description. It'll kind of state minimum PC specs, but you don't have to have a very powerful PC to run this stuff. It's not very complex. We're not running any AAA PC games, so most PCs will run this drive just fine. So yeah, this is the gun section, and then we got the regular. Let's get out of the gun section, then we're in the regular arcade here. Okay, I'll just kind of scroll around and kind of so you can just take a look at the drive. I won't be talking much for a minute. I'll be back.
Showtime!
So I got a laser disc section here. Well, people know it as Daphne. It's a more of a complete set with a lot of user or fan-made games. So basically, it runs off the Singe Hypsys emulator. I think it's called Hypsys. And people basically just take animated movies and they create Dragon's Lair style game where you do inputs that are directed at the screen. It's pretty neat. Like you'll see like Astro Boy. So these are the actual arcades from back in the day: Badlands, Cliffhanger, Cobra Commands. But there's a lot of stuff in here that's fan made, like this one, and quite a few others. Dragon Trainers are fan made, and of course there's your classic Dragon's Lair. And I do have multiple versions of these classics. I have a bezel scoreboard version, enhanced, and a widescreen HD version. So like I said, this is arcade only, so the arcade community will know exactly what these are. HD version, bezel scoreboard version, and so on and so forth. There's also, like I said, some weird fan-made games like Friday the 13th. I mean, you actually have to move when you're prompted to, just like in Dragon's Lair, except I think you're running from the crazy mom or Jason Voorhees. I haven't played it yet, but yeah, I just want to kind of give you. Oops, I got some missing artwork there I gotta fill. There's even Nightmare on Elm Street. You gotta run from Freddy. But yeah, so something that you won't see on many other builds. I just want to basically get as much arcade stuff on here as I can. The 2 terabyte drive is basically almost maxed out. I can fit some more, and I probably will. I'll probably fill in more Technoparrot games, because right now we're at 73 games, and on my 14 terabyte build I have about 150 Technoparrot games, plus 60 something Title Type X games, which basically I kind of split them up depending on what board they ran on. But all in all, I have over 200 Technoparrot games running on the 14 terabyte, but there's no way I can fit them all on this one, so I'm just gonna pick the best ones I can and then go from there. Yeah, and I think that's about it. I mean, I just wanted to give a quick overview, and then you got all your you'll see this in all builds. Artillery Classics, Capcom Classics, Cave is all your cave shooters. There's a couple more collections I might add, like vertical shooters. A lot of people like the shoot 'em ups, so that way you can just find it easily. But yeah, so there's only one wheel. This is the main wheel, and then you got favorites, collections, and gun games. And that's it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. I'm still pretty new at this, so I'm just trying to make videos that show off what I'm working on. I plan to do another video with a complete cabinet build, hopefully from start to finish, time-lapse and all that stuff. That'll be a challenge, but I'll give it a shot. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll check you later.